You want to lay your head down? Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Good morning, good morning. Did anyone do anything fun yesterday? Ghost coffee, yes, that was pretty funny, Liz. Liz, how was your vacation for the weekend? You went to the lake. It looked... Why are you on all of a sudden? That was weird. It looked pretty great, your pictures and everything. I didn't know that Mark and B were going with you. For some reason, I thought it was just you going with some girls. And then so when I saw him in the pictures, I was surprised and delighted to see his little face. But I didn't know. To normal closer. Oh. Let's see. Dottie around back here. That's exciting. I'm excited that she feels back to her normal self. That's always a win. You know, you want your little animals and children and whoever else to feel like them, not to feel like some alternate version that's a little draggy from, you know, I'm sure the medication that they had to give and all that, you know. So, it's good. Someone else is a little draggy because she's been, whoop, jeez, that was a mess. I didn't mean to make a mess, it just happened. Okay, well, there we go. Good morning. Okay, let's try that again. I'm alright, how are you? I'm still recovering from the mess. That sunburn was wild, Liz. I have to admit, that was a pretty intense sunburn, yes. Vinegar will take the sting of a sunburn out, is that true? I've never heard that before. Morning, I've started scrolling it until it shows you on the Apple Beauty Hub that, oh, that would be nice. And then you're like, hello, I'm here. I did not know that about vinegar, but that is a good tip. Wow, good tip. Nikki coming in a clutch. Am I right? Can't say I missed Saturday, but I didn't see a post. Yeah, I am struggling a little bit. So you know how sometimes YouTube like decides it doesn't want to upload things? Both the Roll for Slime and the book club are trying to upload currently. If I deleted them this morning and restarted them because they were like stuck or something. Boys went to bed early and we had a girls' night. Oh, very fun. So if for some reason when I get off of book club they're not all better, I will delete and try again. Yeah. Yes. That does seem odd, Liz. You would kind of expect the opposite, right? That a hot tub would make it burn more. HBO Max does have the Hunger Games. Yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah, someone's still awake. For the little angel. Yeah, that's you. You're the someone. You're the someone. On the plus side, she did, to be honest, I'm taking it hour by hour, just having a tough time at the moment. I'm sorry to hear that, Isabella. We are having a little bit of a tough time over here, too. Hour by hour. She did get to FaceTime with her cousin this morning, which was fun. She did like that. She saw her baby cousin, and she did enjoy that. But other than that, she's been on the struggle bus this morning. Poor thing. Just really inner feels. Really inner feels. Poor thing. Why is this so spilly? I don't understand. Why is everything spilling this morning? don't like it. How is the new baby adjusting? Like, yeah. We were doing a. She's showing the bug's emotions. That's funny, Liz. We were doing like a thing. I was helping my sister-in-law learn a woven wrap. So, that's what we were doing. The worst part are the thoughts. You know what, Isabella, if that's true, you definitely need to reach out to somebody there. Either call that hotline that we talked about, or if you feel comfortable with a parent or a teacher in those moments, definitely important to talk to somebody in those moments, not necessarily in the aftermath, but in the moment. Yeah. It's really important to do that. Like, we're here obviously the next morning, whatever like that, you know, but and mini vacay, yeah. You've spoken to your therapist about it. Good. I'm glad to hear that. That's really important. I'm glad. Yeah. It's true. Wavy's right. That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's very important. I completely agree with what you're saying. Yeah. That's right. All of that is correct. Oh, sweet girl. Yeah. We don't want Isabella to be sad, do we? No. Okay. That is that. Now, I hope it goes soon because I have fun things to do. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's so much. That's right. If you have fun things to look forward to, that's like a really great, way to kind of. It doesn't make it go away. Let me not try to. I'm not trying to gaslight you and be like, if you just think about the things that are fun, it'll all go away. That's not true. Of course, we know that. But what it does do is it gives you something to distract you in the moment. That's for sure. So you can think about the things that you're like, wow, I am going to see so-and-so, and I don't want to miss out on that. So let me at least, hunker down until I can do that, right? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think it does. There we go. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but it does take time. That's right. It does take time. Hey, Lauren, how are you feeling? How's the tiny human? Or tiny human to be? I needed that. My tiny human is having a struggle bus morning, so mommy needs coffee. Do you think? Yeah, she is getting so big, right? So big. Who's so big? You're so big. Yeah. I know, her outfit is so fun, right? It's all these like neon sea creatures and whatnot. I wonder if I can show you here. I'm trying to get high enough to... No? Okay, I can't do it. That's weird, Liz. Huh. Do we think we will nap today? The over-under. Here, do you want to... Here, since your teepees are hurting, do you want to try a pacifier like we did the other day? Maybe that'll feel better. Here, look at mommy. Here, you want to try it? I know you don't like them, but maybe it'll help. Just maybe. Yeah, just maybe. Just maybe it'll help. What do you think? Maybe it'll help you sleep. Yeah. You guys, I accidentally saw Jen's eyelashes, but she does have amazing eyelashes. Neon is also my jam, Nikki. Nikki, I can't wait to show you guys. I got a neon colored wrap that someone gave me, and I can't wait to use it with her. I've been like hoarding it because it's so nice that I don't want to use it it's stupid, right? Okay, this is a dumb way to think, but like someone gave me a wrap that's so nice that I haven't used it yet because it's too nice. And I need to get through this mentally. Like, it's a dumb way to think. But I need like a reason to bring out one that's that nice, I guess, if you will. So anyway, I guess the moral of that story is, I can't wait to show you all the neons. I know, Jen, I know, it's a mental problem. It's like a sickness that I have, and I've had it all my adult life, where like I like hoard the nice things and don't use them, huh? You don't have to do that. You can use all the things. You know what? Let's use it for you. So you get to use the neon wrap. It's for you. So you don't have mommy's problem. You use all your things. We wear all your pretty dresses. Yes. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I got a blanket as a gift. Right. Use the wrap. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking like maybe if we take, good morning, Anya, if we take some nice pictures or something, at least then if anything happens to it, it'll be like, well, it was commemorated, you know. Guys, who turns 6 months on Thursday? Someone here turns 6 months on Thursday. Yeah, it's you. Would you not, you don't want to have this, would you rather have a Chewy? Where's your Chewy? Where is your Chewy? Hold on, let's try to find one. Do you want this? Look. Hey, sweetheart. Baby girl. Look at mommy. Here, look what I have. If you don't look, you're never gonna see it. You have to look. There you go. Here. Yeah. Can you hold it with your own hand? If you hold it with your hand, mommy can hold the book. But you gotta hold it. I know, how indeed. How indeed are we 6 months already? I know. Okay, we're gonna read. I just need to take a sip. Well, honey, it's right here. Hey, what are we choking on? Your spit? You don't even have anything in your mouth. Are we choking on spit? You gotta swallow your spit, honey. You have big news? What's the big news? Anya's right, we do like big news. I also like small news, but I'll take big news for today. Recap of Saturday. Gosh, I need to remember what happened on Saturday. On Saturday, I think they basically just like, he woke up out of the arena and he was like, WTF, and he was in a hospital for a little while, and then he got sprung and he's in his apartment. Oh, that's exciting, Victoria, congratulations. Oh my goodness. We'll have a March baby in book club. I don't think we have one born in March yet. But it was like emotionally crazy, because 3 under 3. Ooh, that's certainly something. I'm trying to remember what else happened on Saturday's thing. My brain is like mush because we've been going through it. Does anyone remember what else happened on Saturday? I bet when I start reading I'll remember. Do you want to hold it though? Because if you hold it, then mommy doesn't have to. Yeah, what do you think of that? May the odds be ever in your favor. Not yet. We haven't gotten to the party yet. They changed the story. That's right. It was the Victor like celebration. Yes, it wasn't a party, but like the broadcast celebration, and he had to rewatch all of the killings. That's what it was. Yes, I was like, what am I trying to remember? And they, you know, he was really going through it, but what they showed the audience was different than what actually happened, and it made him look it made it a little bit of like a redemption arc, like, oh, he ditched them, but then he came back for them kind of thing, and he was like, that's not what happened. And so, yeah, he was like, they're rewriting the story. Did everybody watch the video that Naisa posted in the book club chat of Hamish looking away during the chariot races in the later timeline? It blew my mind. I never noticed that before, but it makes perfect sense because that's where Luella passed. In his, and so like later when he sees Katniss going out in the chariots, he's like, I can't look. And it's probably so triggering for him. But like the fact that they put that in that early means she knew that she was going to write that into his story. crazy. It's mind-boggling, Naisa. When you posted that, I was like, I mean, you shocked me, truly. You want this? Yeah, there you go. She saw her Chewy just now when she went like this. She went, like, got it. You got it, don't you? Yeah, you got it. So anyway, that was really interesting. Really, really interesting. But yeah, I think the overarching takeaway from Saturday was that they rewrote the narrative. Yeah, they skewed the timeline. They made it look like certain people died before other people that didn't. Yeah, and all that. So it made him look better, but also not like a rebel. You know, just like kind of like a adult, if you will. A rascal, but not a rebel is what it made him look like, I guess is what they said. So now we're going to do the party, it looks like, because this first line here says after party. So now the party's coming. So this is chapter 26. Oops, where are my glasses? I always forget that I need glasses. They built their own narrative. They sure did. I missed Saturday, but I might say and just watch. Yeah. I think that's fine. It wasn't anything like, nothing new happened other than we found out the things that I just said. So it's not like no new character things happened except him discovering what he thought, you know, of their narrative of him. So here we go. Does she not choke herself on those? No, not at all. They're so long, she just kind of chews it this way, like corn on the cob. She doesn't really stick it in her mouth the other way, and it's just so long, you know? She just like holds on to it and chews it. She loves them. I got the idea for these from my sister because my nephew loved these. But she likes it. Here, you want your little corn on the cob? And it's got these little ridges. It makes it feel good, you know? Here. I'm sorry. Here. Focus on mommy. Here. I know you're so tired. You're so tired. Yeah, you are so tired. Okay. That's your niece's favorite teething tooth. Yeah. I just call them Chewies, but a noodle is a good title for it. I know it doesn't feel good. I know. You're so tired. Take a nap, my angel. Here. It's right here. There you go. I know. Oh, Nikki, it's not your fault. She's like, why'd you take it, Mama? I had it right where I wanted it. No, I know you're hurting. Yeah. Do you want the rest of your baba? Maybe that will help. Hold on. I made a hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Do you think this will help? Do you want it now? No, you don't want it? It's so yummy. No, okay. Not so yummy. It's your Milkies. Yeah. There we go. Just a little milk to get us through. Just a little. Here, look at mommy. It's so nice. Here. Oh, I know. Here. You don't want it? Oh. Shh. Hey, honey. You lay your head down. There you go. Okay. All right, we'll rock. Okay. The after party's held in the ballroom of the presidential mansion. I'm displayed in a giant golden bird cage that dangles from the main chandelier at about eye level. It's supposed to be a joke, but it isn't, and when I try the handle, the door is locked tight. My peacekeeper buddies stand nearby, giving courage to the partygoers. I roll with it, bantering with my sponsors and posing for pictures, painting the best poster that I can convince President Snow that I'm now on his team. I'm his puppet, his plaything, and that's because my blood has been ice water since his comment about my homecoming. What awaits me? And if I behave, can I alter whatever awaits me?
People bring me tidbits, feeding me by hand like you would a pet dog, and I smack my lips with appreciation, eating until my shrunken belly feels like it's about to split open. I'm hoping that they're not showing this in District 12. People may forgive, but they won't forget such behavior, especially since I won't get credit for all the trouble that I've caused, which has landed me in this cage. The shame is not the sort of thing a person can live down. It's all being recorded for posterity, though. Plutarch Heavensby and his crew are still assigned to me, buzzing around, taking footage. He refuses to let me catch his eye. I'm back to doubting if I can trust him after all. He appears unscathed by the fallout of the rebel plot, but I've got no shortage of questions to ask him. I don't see President Snow all night or much of my team either. Proserpina and Vitus swing by to congratulate me, but they're tipsy and pink-faced. Drusilla and Magno, whose success seems to have reconciled them, kiss and coo and briefly pose for photos with me. Magno can't even remember my name and insists on calling me Hamwich, which makes me sound like a ham sandwich. And the only person who keeps an eye on me is Effie Trinket. She mingles nearby, watchful, but careful not to take any credit for my success. It's not until the wee hours as things are winding down that Plutarch sidles up to my cage, seemingly focused on an uncooperative camera. What's happening with my family? Lenore Dove, I say under my breath. No word on your family, but she's still on the base, he whispers. What? She said that they were letting her go in the morning. Did they arrest her again? No, they never released her. What? He moved on then, leaving me to dissect those horrible words. Never released. That was a lie, theirs or possibly hers, a gift she gave me so that I wouldn't have to worry about her and only myself, and it worked. But now I know that she's been absolutely helpless, completely at their mercy this whole time while I sabotaged their arena. Confined, starved, tortured, essayed, murdered. I gripped the golden bars, petrified as the words that I've been refusing to consider pound in my brain. The woman with the cat ears appears, dangling a shrimp before me. My mouth opens automatically, and I chew with the delicacy of her I chew the delicacy while her friend takes our picture. I can't quit now. Lenore Dove's life is at stake. And when dawn finally breaks, I'm allowed to relieve myself in a pink marble bathroom with curlicues and rose-scented soap. I'm hoping to be sent to the train station, but instead I return to the apartment. Fresh rolls and milk have been provided, clean clothes. I'm not going home anytime soon. For the next 10 days, I'm carted around the capital to parties and interviews and fashion shoots to publicly revel in my victory. No greater suck-up exists in the history of the games. No humiliation is beneath me. I will bear anything to keep my loved ones alive. And finally, after an all-night party at the Capitol Zoo. Ooh, the Capitol Zoo. The peacekeepers transport me to the deserted train station, which is still hung with the propaganda banners, no peace, no prosperity, no Hunger Games, no peace. And then President Snow's parting shot, Panem's #1 peacekeeper. Yeah, she's... A doctor who waits at the door of the train deftly removes my pump, leaving an oozing spot where the teeth secured it to my chest. I can't pretend that I'm sad to see it go, although within minutes the drugs wear off and my scar does begin to hurt. No bunk beds with a stiff quilt for me. Back in chains now. I'm locked in the room that Plutarch once freed me from. He's nowhere to be seen now. I guess the show's over for real. I wrap Great Uncle Silas's champagne bubble jacket tightly around my body and sit in the corner, feeling the pain blossom across my gut. The Capitol's got every reason to get rid of me, but the train refuses to budge. I have to get home. I have to know what has happened. After a couple of hours, a peacekeeper comes in with a roll and a carton of milk, still on the Snow diet, I guess. Why aren't we moving? I ask. Been waiting for your friends, he replies with a nod to the window, and then he goes. My friends? I have no friends here. Does he mean my team? I look out the window of my cell, 3 carts being rolled down the platform. Each carries a plain wooden box, and after a momentary confusion, I put it all together. These are coffins. Luella, Maisie, and Wyatt will be riding home with me. I thought them long buried, peacefully resting in their family plots on the hill in District 12, but instead, we will finish this journey together. I slide back down the wall, shaking uncontrollably. I think of the state of their bodies and what they must be in, violated by chariots and blades and birds. And I imagine their families weeping and waiting at the station, turning their backs on me, or worse, turning their faces to me for explanation. Does the Capitol always send back the fallen with the victor? Or is this some parting gift from me in particular? I can hear the muffled thuds as they load the coffins onto the train. Quiet close to me. The next car, I think. Maybe. Door slams shut. The train begins to roll. I curl up on the floor, my face against the wall, wishing that I too had earned a coffin. But no, I have a homecoming to enjoy. My thoughts turn to Lenore Dove, my Covey girl. What happened to Snows? The mysterious District 12 victor? She could be alive. He is. And yet she's all but vanished from memory in District 12. Did President Snow have her killed? No. He would have only been a boy, hardly older than me. He wouldn't have had the power to do that. Not like now. What plans does he have for my Dove? I think of the Covey song, the one Maisie's mama used to quote when she was scared. Nothing you can take from me was ever worth the keeping. The arrogance of those bold words. You can take several things from me. My ma, my brother, my love. Those are the only things worth keeping. Another song surfaces unbidden, also forbidden. Lenore Dove plays it for Burdock sometimes. Are you coming to the tree where they swung up a man, they say, who murdered 3? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where the dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. Strange things indeed. A dead man calling out? His ghost? No. Lenore Dove said it was a bird. Birds. Jabberjays. The failed mutts let loose to die in District 12, but they defied the Capitol's sentence of extinction by fathering a new species, mockingjays, before they vanished. Is that what makes the song so dangerous? It immortalizes those wayward mutts in a song? Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we could both be free? Strange things could happen here, no stranger would it be if we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. Or is it the Capitol hanging someone who was likely a rebel? That's who died in the hanging tree. I know this tree. It's real. My pa pointed it out to me. We have metal gallows in District 12 now, courtesy of the Capitol. But back in the day, many a rebel died swinging from those branches. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of rope side by side with me? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met up at midnight in the hanging tree. Maybe Lenore Dove and I will hang together. Could be easier to find her then, in that next world of hers. That's as close to comfort as I can get. We travel through the day and far into the night. Once in a while, there's a stop to fuel up. Every few hours, rolls and milk are delivered. Although I haven't touched a mouthful, my gut aches and the hard floor digs into my unpadded bones. And when I manage to doze, dead tributes play call. They seem to want me to do something, but it's unclear what it is they want. The strangest visits involve Luella and Lulu, dressed in identical outfits. They're sitting across the table from me while I peel and eat a bowl of hard-boiled eggs. Which one of us is which? They ask me, but then the Capitol's won, and I can't tell them apart. I jerk awake to find the train has pulled into District 12 station. I'm home, and the peacekeepers come in, remove my shackles, and lead me to the exit. The doors open. Get out, says one. Full of trepidation, I step out onto an empty platform, gritty with coal dust. No one waits for me. No one expects me. It's still dark out and the station clock reads 5 a.m. The peacekeepers carelessly shove the coffins out after me, damaging a few of the boards. The train pulls away, leaving me entirely alone except for my fellow tributes. I walk over to them and lay a hand on the nearest coffin. Screwed into the lid is a metal nameplate not unlike the ones at Plutarch's house, the ones on the berms in the arena. I touch the inscription. Luella McCoy. The smell of death rises through the cracked wood and I turn to propel my stiff body down the platform. The station's quiet as a tomb, strange even for this hour. Perhaps it's early on a Sunday, the one day when the mines shut down. With all the drugs, I have no idea what day it even is. Didn't think to ask. We must be into August. I push through the heavy glass door, gulping at the night air, warm and moist and laced with coal dust, and for the first time I allow myself to believe that I really have come home. My heart skips a few beats, fool that I am. Tendrils of hope force their way through the dirt of my despair. Could it be that within the hour I could feel Ma's arms around me and ruffle Sid's hair, strip off Great Uncle Silas's dead man clothes and pull on a pair of flour sack shorts? Could Lenore Dove be freed? Are the sweet moments of my previous life always taken for granted before the games, but are they once more in reach? Can there be happiness for a miserable wretch like myself? As I walk through the lonely streets toward the seam, I pinch myself to rule out this being a dream. Silly, since I have got no shortage of pain. This is just that I was never supposed to return here. Arena plot or not, the idea that I might have triumphed in a double Hunger Games strains beyond belief. But those are my feet, clad in pointy patent leather shoes, kicking up the cinders on the way to my house. My pace quickens. If this is a dream, I want to sustain it until I get to see my family one more time. I take the glow up ahead for the sunrise until I realize that it's too local, too bright. A whiff of smoke drifts through the heavy, humid air. It's fire, but it's not a coal fire. I break into the closest thing I can manage to a run. Withered muscles, screaming scars, swollen feet reduce my efforts to a wild hobble. Maybe I'm wrong. Any house can catch fire, with rusted stoves and unwatched hobs. Maybe it's not mine. I know it's mine. I can hear the voices shouting for water, a woman wailing, and as I round the bend, it comes into view, fully ablaze against the still, dark sky. Ma, I cry. Sid? I bust through the bucket line fed by 3 neighbor pumps in addition to our own. Those slow spurts of water, those pathetic splashes against this inferno. People draw away, startled and frightened by my appearance, unprepared for the wide-eyed scarecrow in the Capitol evening wear. Ma! Sid! I grab the nearest person, one of the chance girls, no more than 8 years old. Where are they? Where is my family? Terrified, she points at the burning house. Ma and Sid are being burned alive. My feet dance side to side for a few seconds, looking for a break in the wall of flame before I charge straight into the inferno. Ma! As I reach the doorway, a beam crushes down and I reflexively jump back into a shower of sparks. Temporarily blinded, I make for the house again, and then I'm yanked backward. My patent leather shoes with their slick soles betray me as I'm dragged into the yard and pinned to the ground. With one man on every limb and burdock on my chest, all I can do is holler, "Let me up! You let me loose!" Burdock's hand clamps over my mouth. It's too late, Hamish. We tried. It's too late. I get some teeth into his palm and he jerks his hand back and I'm only free enough to yell, "Ma! Sid! Ma!" Blair's kneeling on my right arm and leans in. Tears cut channels through his soot-blackened face. "We are so sorry, Hamish. We tried. You know we did. We just couldn't save them. No, let me go." I fight to free myself, but I'm so outnumbered, still so weak from the long days of recovery that I'm easily overpowered. "Let me go with them, please." But they don't. They hold on to me tight and I lie there sobbing, begging, calling out for Ma and Sid until no more comes out. "Can you help him?" I hear Burdock ask, and a cool hand rests on my forehead. The scent of chamomile flowers. It's Astrid Mark's face swimming into view, pained but surprisingly calm. "Drink this, Hamish." and she presses a small bottle to my lips. Drink until I say when. And despite my desperation, or perhaps because of it, I do follow her orders. Sweetness fills my mouth and soothes my gullet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, when? And she pulls away the bottle and smooths back my hair. That's right. That's good. You try to rest now. My eyelids become leaden. What? I ask. Just some sleep syrup. Ma! Sid! No, I know. We'll do what can be done. You go to sleep now. Dead to the world I am. For over a day, awake, thick-tongued and groggy at the McCoys, where Luella's ma stands over me with a tin mug of tea. She does not mince words as she recounts the fire, perhaps because she's so deep in grief herself that she knows the last thing I want is sugarcoating. It was our boy, Kaysen, who spotted it coming home from his ramblings. The house was already aflame. He shouted to raise the dead. We all started in with the water, but the pump's slow, and your cistern is dry. I'm the reason that the cistern is dry, running off the morning of the reaping day, leaving the chores to Sid. That's my fault, I mumble. I expect you think everything's your fault for a long while, but that's gotta wait. Today we gotta bury them. You know that's what your mom would want. Whether it's shock or the sleep syrup hangover, I can't seem to make sense of anything, so I do what I'm told. Luella's big sister, Ima, has cleaned Great Uncle Silas's suit and polished his shoes, and I've got nothing else to wear, my own clothes now being ash. It's sweltering out, but I pull the champagne bubble jacket over the shirt to conceal the drugged pump stains, faded with washing, but still visible on me. Lenore Dove? I tell Emma. I've got to see her. Kaysen knows a peacekeeper who said that she's got a hearing with the base commander today. You showing up won't help her any, hey? Besides, we're about to head over to the graveyard. Outside, a plain pine box awaits. They had hold of each other, Mr. McCoy says. We thought we'd let them stay that way. Ma and Sid clinging to each other for eternity. Burdock, Blair, a couple of Ma's customers carry the coffin. The McCoys bring Luella's from behind the house, and the two groups move forward side by side. I limp along behind them. The mourners grow as we proceed. Everybody should be at work, but they claim they're sick. By the time we reach the graveyard, a couple hundred people have assembled. Seems like a lot compared to Mama's burial, but then I realize we're not grieving alone. 5 fresh graves await. One for Ma and Sid, Luella, Maisie, Wyatt. Who's the 5th for? I hear Burdock ask. Jethro Cull, a woman answers, not bothering to lower her voice. Hung himself yesterday when his boy returned. Couldn't bear the shame. A Booker boy's death. The mayor comes over to speak over our loved ones, and the words make no more sense than the chirping of birds in the surrounding trees. Sweat has soaked through my shirt and into my jacket, and I want to kneel down and press my face against the cool Abernathy headstone. I try to stand with dignity as Ma would want. There's bad moments when I look up and see my ally wearing her District 12 black, a start for her. Maisie, her face crumples into tears and hides in a handkerchief. No, it's not Maisie, it's Marilee, like 2 peas in a pod, and Mr. Donner sobs beside her. I'm led back to my place, obviously deranged. Coffins are lowered into graves. Many shovels work to bury the departed, dirt's patted down. Some kind soul lays a wreath of wildflowers on each mound. People weep and wail. It's so awful I want to turn and run away. And then Burdock begins to sing in that clear, sweet voice of his. You're headed for heaven, the sweet old thereafter, and I've got 1 foot in the door. But before I can fly up, I've loose ends to tie up, right here in the old there before. The mockingjays who nest in the surrounding trees fall silent as he continues. I'll be alone when I've finished my song, when I've shut down the band, when I've played out my hand, when I've paid all my debts, when I have no regrets, right here in the old there before, when nothing is left anymore. The mourners have quieted now. When I'm pure like a dove, when I learn how to love, right here, the old there before, when nothing is left anymore. The song, suggesting our separation is only temporary, consoles the heart. Lenore Dove would approve, I think. The mockingjays do, because they pick up the melody and they make it their own. As my eyes sweep the crowd, I see person after person press 3 middle fingers of their left hand to their lips, and they extend it to their dead. I follow suit, and I raise my hand high, because I have so many to honor today. And when it's over, I am being led away. Even in my confusion, I notice that Kaysen, his hand and face bandaged, spits on Jethro Callow's grave. No one reprimands him for it. I want to break away to try to see Lenore Dove on the base, but I'm argued down again. Do I really think that my appearance will even help her? The best thing I can do is wait for word. Let her uncles plead her case. With so many kids lost in the Quarter Quell, the districts are in a state of unrest. The base commander won't be looking to throw gasoline on a fire in 12. Lenore Dove might be let go with a stern lecture and time served. The McCoys take the mourners back to their place where bowls of bean and ham hock soup are ladled out. I can't stay at the McCoys, though. Their eyes are full of questions about Luella, and I know I owe them answers. I just can't give them yet, not without losing my head. As soon as I can, I excuse myself. I go home before I remember that I have no home. Just a pile of blackened beams and a pump. I'm standing before ashes when a cloud in my brain is clear enough for me to ask, what happened? Fires are common enough in District 12, where the ever-present coal dust and aging wooden structures invite ignition. From time to time, I could toddle, and Ma had put the fear, from the time I could toddle, Ma had put the fear of stray sparks and sleeping embers into me. No one took more care banking at a fire at night, which is how I know that this would be no accident. This was arson, carried out in such a way that my family could not even make it to a window to escape, ordered by Snow for my homecoming. The shards of my heart shift and drive into my lungs, making breathing an agony. This is my fault, I say for the second time this morning. Burdock and Blair catch me as I start to fall, and they carry me around the bend before they set me on a stump to recover. They try to coax me into their homes, but the thought of their families, when I have none, is unbearable. Well, says Burdock grimly, there's your new house then. Only now I do remember the Victor's village. Desperate to be alone, I do let them take me there. This strange capital cage, which I instantly hate. In the bedroom, they lay me down in an artificially chilled air room, and I stare at the wall. I'm gonna go find Astrid, I hear Burdock whisper. I'm gonna see about some more syrup. I'll watch him, says Blair, leaving the door slightly ajar. Can you dig up some clothes too? Hand-me-downs are found. Sleep syrup is administered, but not as much as I wake a start in the dead of the night, mind racing with one thought only. I must get to Lenore Dove. I must take her away from here. With one thought only. I must get to Lenore Dove. I must take her away from here. District 12 means death. Through the crack in the door, I make out Burdock and Blair asleep on the couches in the living room. I climb out a window in the bedroom and flee into the night. The Coveys' house lies dark. The uncles gave Lenore Dove the loft of her own, and I climb up the drain pipe trying to figure out if she's made it home. The whole place seems empty, though. Were they at the base all night? Have Tam Amber and Clerk Carmine been arrested as well? I doubt they were giving out a show, things being the way they are. I don't want to be hanging around the house if they return. If Clerk Carmine didn't approve of me before the Hunger Games, imagine how the rascal murderous run will have played out for him. I head down into the meadow and I conceal myself behind some bushes. If Lenore Dove gets free, I know the first thing that she'll do is graze her geese. Unless she goes looking for me at the Victor's village, in which case she'll have to cross the meadow to get there anyway. Sitting on a fallen log, barefoot in the worn miner's clothes, I feel safer than I have in weeks. I like being hidden here in the dark where no one can find me. I'm out of view of the capital, but also away from the pitying eyes of District 12. I try to find out a plan for me and Lenore Dove. Well, we can't stay here, but where is there to run? Only Snow's ghastly wilderness. I love it, but I don't want to live in it. I'm no Burdock with his trusty bow and knowledge of plants. I'm not even a bona fide bootlegger yet. I'm nothing. And while Lenore Dove's at home in the woods, she's no more capable of surviving out there than I am. Maybe I'm just being selfish wanting her to run away with me when the truth is she'd be fine here without me. Snow would have no cause to target her if I was dead or gone. The right thing to do is to take off on my own and to leave her here, to lead her life. She won't want me to go, I'm sure. I don't want to leave her, but what's the alternative? I'll wait and I'll see her one more time. I'll go back to the Victor's village and I'll ask Burdock for a bow and some fishing line. If I die out there, so be it. Lenore Dove will be safe. The sky takes on the soft glow that precedes the sun's arrival. The first birds begin to sing in the day. They're joined by a chorus of honking and then angry voices. I lift my head to see the rare and radiant Lenore Dove herding her gaggle of geese into the meadow. You're not running off, Clerk Carmine says from the edge of the meadow. He's agitated and shaking a finger at her. Tam Amber stands with him, a little more stooped than I remember. He's right, Lenore Dove. This is stretching house arrest to its limits. The base commander must have given a hard line directive. This is the end of the quote was, this is stretching house arrest to its limit, end quote. And then Hamish's internal. The base commander must have given a hardline directive. Tam Amber is the easy parent, the one she goes to with a questionable request if he's worried. It must mean something. I know, I heard you the first 10 times, she hollers back in exasperation. I just want 5 minutes to myself. Is that possible around here, or am I still in prison? Fine, 5 minutes, and then I want you back in the house for breakfast. You hear me? This is Clerk Carmine. She gives him a peacekeeper salute. Oh, yes, sir. Understood. You can count on me, sir. Clerk Carmine takes a step forward, but Tam Amber lays a hand on his arm, and he's just resigned himself to a parting shot. Don't make us come down to fetch you, young lady. And then the uncles head back into the house. Suddenly, I feel a burst of affection for Clerk Carmine. We really both want the same thing, for Lenore Dove to be safe and happy. And he was right about his concerns over me, I mean. A boy from a rebel family who brews white liquor and disappears for hours with his niece in the woods does not spell security. Plus, I'm not even musical. I think I would have won him over eventually if I'd had the chance, but now it consoles me that when I run away, he'll be here guarding her. I guess I'll never have a chance to tell him so, but it is true. As I wait to be sure that the coast is clear, I soak up the loveliness of Lenore Dove. She spins around, head back, arms lifted to the sky. It must have been hell for her to be locked up. She can't stand anything being confined, especially wild things, which of course she is. The geese run around, chewing her out for being gone so long. She's just sweet-talking them and strokes their neck. She's about to roost on her favorite rock when she gives an exclamation of surprise and scoops something up. It's my bag of gumdrops, the ones that Sid delivered to her after the reaping. I guess she left them here before she went to perform that night, and she presses the candy to her heart and twirls around, grinning, and then she breaks into the little white bag. I can't wait another second. As I take off across the meadow, she catches sight of me and she cries out my name and she runs to meet me. I sweep her up into my arms and I spin her around. We're both laughing and we're kissing like crazy. Oh, Lenore Dove, oh, my love, I say. You came back, she says, tears streaming, but these are happy tears. You came back to me in this world. And you managed not to get hung, I crow back. We hold each other so tight that we're like one person, which we are, for real. Her hands run over my face. Are you okay? Are you really, really all right? I'm as right as rain, I promise her. I don't care. I can't leave her now. She'll want to run away with me, and I'll let her. We'll figure out a way to live, because I don't think either of us can live without each other. We sink into the meadow grasp, hands clasped, and reach out for the bag of gumdrops that she dropped in our reunion. Thanks for the candy. Gosh, look how hard I'm shaking. Here, I say, and I take the bag, not that I'm any steadier than her, and I pluck a sweet from the bag and I pop it into her mouth, and she laughs. Now you're home. I guess we can eat all the others. What others? I feed her another gumdrop. The ones that Sid brought me. I put them under my pillow. But I look down at the bag. It's a normal bag with the Donner's label, and then I notice the gumdrops. Not a variety of color, not a rainbow. They're all blood red. And I remember Snow's rose, his final words to me. The pieces then fall into place. Spit it out, I order her, cupping my hand before her mouth. Spit it out now. Her face registers the shock as she spits a half-chewed gumdrop into my palm. What? It's fine. Where's the other one? Where's the first one? I give her a shake. I swallowed it, I guess. Why? Throw it up. Get it out of your stomach. She's panicking now. What is going on, Hamish? I think of the arena. Do you have any charcoal tablets at the house? Charcoal tablets? No, I don't think so. Why would... I see her put it all together, and she leans over and sticks her finger down her throat and tries to gag. I can't do it. I've barely eaten anything in days. There's nothing for me to throw up. Come on. I pull her to her feet. Come on. I begin to call for help. Clerk Carmine! Clerk Carmine! Hamish, A perplexed look crosses her face, and she presses a hand to her chest. Her knees then give way. I can't stand up. I pull her back to her feet. You've got to. You've just got to get to the house. And I throw my head back and I scream, Clerk Carmine, help us, help. She collapses into my arms then, and I kneel back down on the ground, her body across my... Lenore Dove, no. I plead, don't. A blood-flecked foam bubbles up over her lips. No. Her eyes fixate on something in the distance. See that? She says hoarsely, and I turn my head and I see the sun just peeking out over the horizon. What? The sun? Don't you let it rise. She gets out, and tears choke me up. No, I can't stop it. You know I can't stop it. Her head jerks a bit to the side. On the reaping, she whispers. No, don't leave me with that. Don't leave me at all. Lenore Dove, please, try to hold on. My darling, Lenore Dove. Promise me. Her eyelids flutter shut. Okay, I promise. But you can't go. You can't leave me because I love you like all fire. You too. At least I think that's what her lips said. Lenore Dove. I press mine against hers, willing her to stay, refusing to say goodbye. But when I pull back, I taste the poison and I know she's gone. It's true, Anya. We've just been shocked day after day. You can still sleep, honey. It's okay. It's just wild. I mean, two things are true at the same time, of course. I hate it, but also it's so beautifully written, right? I mean, I will repeat something I said when we were reading the very first Hunger Games book that someone who works in publishing that I follow said, because she puts out all these, things about publishing and getting your book published and all that stuff. And somebody said, if your rules are true, what about the Hunger Games? And she said, you're not Suzanne Collins. Suzanne Collins is the exception, not the rule. And when you read chapters like this, you know she is the exception. Other books are good, right? Other authors are good, but this is exceptional writing. I mean, what she manages to pull off in literally one chapter is mind-blowing to me. Snow took everything from him in less than 24 hours. And he made both of them his fault. You see that? The cistern was empty, so there was a fire. He gave the gumdrops and he fed it to her. Snow got Hamish to feed her the poison. Oh, it's so much more impactful, Jen. So much more impactful. It's more real, right? Yeah, super happy book. Yeah, seriously, we should have a palate cleanser. Maybe we'll do another Princess Diaries after this because I downloaded them all. Yeah, I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. I love Suzanne. She can also catch these hands. Right. Two things can be true at the same time. How much is left? That's a good question. Let's look. I mean, not much, because we were at 88% when we started today. So I mean, I'm sure we're gonna finish this week, I assume. Let's see. We're on chapter 27, and there are, oh shoot. It's just chapter 27 and then the epilogue. That's it. Let's see. Chapter 27 is 29 minutes. Maybe if I have time, we can read both tomorrow and we'll finish it tomorrow. If not, we'll definitely finish it by Wednesday. Wow, I can't believe we finished this whole series. Can you believe that? What a wild ride. What a wild, wild ride. Beautiful and tragic all at the same time, am I right? And so sleepy. All right, well, this is, I wonder if she wrote it, she would mumble this, I'm sure she was like, yes, the tears will come in this chapter. I read all of the comments that you guys were saying while I was reading. Like, I saw you all saying you were singing along with the song, which no, I don't think is weird. The movie is going to be really hard to watch. But the reason I didn't stop to address the comments in the moment was because the chapter felt so heavy that it felt like it deserved the honor of being read straight through without my interruption, so you didn't have to hear my voice in the middle of it when someone's watching it back later. You know, they could just hear it as it came, because it had weight, you know, and it felt like the right thing to do. So it's not that I didn't see all your beautiful comments. I did, and I don't think it's weird to sing along. But yeah, way harsh, Ty. Way harsh. This week is my last week of class. Next week I have my test, so we'll start being able to have things on Mondays and Tuesdays again. The last movie was hard in general, yeah, but this one I think would be even harder. I don't know. It's what the chapter called for. That's right. That's exactly right. So yeah, we'll start having things on Mondays and Tuesdays again in 2 Mondays, because next Monday is my test. Cross your fingers for me. The OG Hunger Games is ingrained in my brain. Like, sunrise on the reefing, you can never forget. It's just, yeah. It's so much. Right. No, yeah, I know, Roxy. I remember you saying that. Yeah, hopefully I passed the test. I did the multiple choice part. I've finished part of the short answer part. I did this packet that we have to fill out. It's over there, and we have to scan it in. And then I have to do, on Monday next week, I have to do the physical test, where I can show not only that I know how to do all the different things, but that I can teach them as well. So the test, in case anyone's wondering, there's 4 people in each test, and at any point the teacher could say, okay, Sasha, please show us how to do a front wrap cross carry. And then everyone has to follow along, and we all have to do it. So we all have to show that we can do it, but I have to like instruct it. And then they might say, Jen, oh, she's flipping. No, I'll fix that. And then they might say, Jen, can you please teach how to do a newborn ring sling? You know what I mean? So it's like, we don't know what we're going to be quizzed on. So we have to just do them all, which is part of why I've been doing so many videos. Yeah, I actually think it's good. But the reason I've been filming myself doing it is so that I can see how I'm doing it, to describe it better. You know, I've also been teaching Secret Husband and teaching my sister-in-law as like a practice teach, you know? And it tells me, when I'm teaching them, it tells me like what I'm not saying, because I know already, you know what I mean? You know, when you know how to do something so well, like obviously, like, I wear her in a ring sling literally every single day. So like, it takes 30 seconds or less for me to get her in and out of a ring sling. Like, sometimes less than 30 seconds. If she's awake, I can do it fast, you know? It's when she's asleep that I go slow to try to, you know, keep her asleep. But when she's up, I'm like, fast. But like, explaining it to someone is totally different than doing it yourself in your own body when you're so used to it, you know? Do you guys remember the first day that I wore this ring sling and I had no clue what I was doing, but I thought it was so cool? I look back at those pictures now and I laugh so hard, because I was like, look, I have 2 hands. It was so poorly put on. I had no idea what I was doing, but you live and you learn, and practice makes progress. It's so genius, Isabella. I completely agree. It changes your life completely. And it's also really good for the little ones, you know? It helps regulate them, like so many things. Training others at work is your favorite. Yeah, I mean, it can feel really good. Helping other people makes me feel good, you know? So it's a nice feeling. Yeah. Like when I went and volunteered at Baby Wearing LA, which is a nonprofit that does teaching of baby wearing to people and stuff, and it felt really nice to help all the nervous parents and everything who were just like, I just want to wear them correctly. I was like, I got you, you know, especially when they have like a little 3-week-old baby and they're just like, I just want to be safe for him. I'm like, I got you. We're going to be safe for him. You know, it feels good to pass that on. So yeah, it's a good deed. It's a good place to, yeah, even for sensory things. Absolutely. It's very regulating for them and for us. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go, and I have to mail out a bunch of orders today, and those will go to the post office, and then I have class this afternoon, and then we'll be back tomorrow to finish this book. And then, yeah, I think we do need a palate cleanser. I completely agree that we need a palate cleanser after this. All right, guys, I'll see you later.